Did it.
Yay. So now once you get out here, so if you sort of run to the end of this trail, and you go up on those rocks, you can start to see the island out there. This is a full open world, so you can go anywhere. You can walk to that mountain in the distance and go up there. You can go to all those towers and buildings and stuff. So from this point on, the game is completely nonlinear, and you can just go do whatever interests you.
Look at those reflections. Beautiful. So yeah, this game is nonlinear, but you still, I think it's really incredible that you managed to still foster a sense of progression in the player.
Yeah, there's a lot of hinting about what you might do next, but if you don't want to do that next, right, you're just free to go do somewhere else. You know, you can come back to things that are here. You can, yeah, just follow your whim.
That worked. And I'm using the shoulder buttons to navigate between these different panels. Okay. So my intuition is telling me that I need to keep the black dots separated from the white dots.
Yeah, so notice that what's happening here is you're confronted by some panels that have some symbols in them, and you don't really know what they mean, and you just sort of figure it out, right? You start with a very simple scenario, and it builds into something more complex.
Okay.
And by the time you get to the end of this row, a lot of ideas have been packed into this nonverbal thing.
I see.
People can follow along at home. Try to solve them before the host solves them.
There we go. Let's have Twitch tell me which direction to go for each choice.
Yeah. Left, left, right, right, up, up.
Yeah, Twitch plays the witness. I wonder how well that would work. That's not right. Here we go. All right, so I'd like to talk about the audio design of the a little bit. I remember way back when we first announced the witness, you talked a little bit about putting a lot of effort into the sound design, the sound effects.
Yeah, so this game is inspired by older graphic adventures like Myst and those kind of games, and the early games of CD-ROM where you would wander around an environment. And for technological reasons back then, the environment would tend to be empty, like you're alone in this place. Now you don't have technological reasons to be alone, but I like that feeling. Like I'm alone in this space and everything is up to me. And so as an homage to that kind of game, we've built this entire space where you're the only person. And what that means is that there's not a lot of things making noise to entertain you, right? It's a quiet place. There's natural sounds. There's ambiances like echoes inside buildings and stuff, and there's your footsteps. And we have to make this rich sonic tapestry out of that small number of elements that reinforces the feeling of isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was I remember there being this really beautiful track in the reveal trailer that kind of played over the trailer. This song that, even though I only ever heard it in that trailer, it's been stuck in my head. Like when I was preparing for this, it just came right back into my head.
That song is not in the game. We don't have a music track in the game. Well,
but it's a great song. Go back and watch it.
We may have one song in the game.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
But for the most part, it's more about the sense of isolation.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so now we've got kind of a mirror image situation going on here. I have a feeling that's going to get a lot more difficult.
I'm trying to sift questions out of the chat. They just scroll by, man.
Someone gave you a Braid shout out, your earlier game.
Yeah, my last
title.
game is a game called Braid. It's a puzzle platformer. Seemed to be well received. This is a much bigger game than that. You know, Braid had about 70 puzzles, 4 to 5 hours of gameplay. And this one is around 700 puzzles.
Wow.
It's about 10 times as many as Braid. Some of them are a little easier because we're going for quicker bite-sized things sometimes. 40 hours, 30 to 40 hours, I think I said earlier. So it's really a much bigger project.
You know, a fun side effect of these puzzles is we're creating some really cool abstract art.
Yeah. So people are asking, oh, is this all you do? So let me talk about that for a second. So what's happening right now is we're toward the beginning of the game, and we've encountered a couple of ideas that are happening inside this panel interface, right? So the first ones were just like training, like, oh, you understand that panels lead to power cables that can turn on other things in the world. And here we've introduced this idea that like, oh, there can be a symmetric line that happens, and you have to sort of solve both sides at once. And as you venture through the world, the things that you encounter in these panels start becoming much more complicated and much more subtle and involve paying attention to clues in the world to understand what's happening. So you really can have, what we found in development is that you can have quite a rich breadth of things happening.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff a little bit further in, like maybe half an hour to 45 minutes in, and it progressively starts getting more and more like really interesting with the way you start interacting with the puzzles.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're getting ready to wrap up our gameplay session here, but John,
yeah.
I wanted to give you one more chance to speak to the audience, and if you have anything you want to say directly to them.
Hello, Cleveland.
Hello.
I don't know.
Play
what
the
do
witness.
people want to know?
Where's your booth at?
My booth is over on the side. It's I-43 to 44 if you have the map.
Okay, we're pointing like the people.
Over there, everybody on Twitch.
Okay, so The Witness is coming to PlayStation 4. When are you talking about a release window? You have any idea?
Not that late in 2015, hopefully. Well, like I said, it's really a matter of when it's good. Like when we finish the game.
Well, it
we're not
so
releasing
far.
on a date, right?
Okay,
so,
cool. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, this has been The Witness. I think we're getting ready to